So we're going to look at exercise 8D, factorizing the difference of two squares, part 1. Anything that's in a box I'd like you to write down, so please write down this box now. Okay, while you're writing it down, let's go through the theory. So remember that if you've got a plus b and a minus b multiplied, you get a squared minus b squared, and we call that expanding a difference of two squares. So the key thing is, in each bracket, the only thing that's different is the sign. Then we get an expansion of difference of two squares, a squared minus b squared. So that's expanding. Factorizing is going back the other way. So we look for two terms with a minus in the middle. And then if we've got a squared minus b squared, we can factorize back and write it as a plus b, a minus b. That's one to memorize. That's called factorizing by difference of two squares. So how this works. So what I'm going to get you to do, write in your books the rule. Write to memorize. Then we're going to write down the example. So write down the first example, A. Y squared take away 9. So firstly what we do is we realize that that's a difference of two squares. So y all squared and then 3 all squared. So here it's like my A is y and my B is 3. So the factorization of that will just be y plus 3, y minus 3. Okay, write down the next question. B, 9a squared minus 16. We need to write it as something squared minus something squared. So 9 is 3 squared. So we put 3a all squared minus 4 squared. So the factorization of that will be 3a plus 4, 3a minus 4. Okay, next one. C, write down 4 minus 49d squared. The 4 we can write as 2 squared. The 49d squared, so 49 is 7 squared, so 7d all squared. So that's going to be 2 plus 7d, 2 minus 7d. That's the factorization of that. Okay, write down D, 64x squared minus 25y squared. Okay, 64 is 8 squared, so I'm going to change that to 8x all squared. And 5 squared is 25, so I'm going to change that one to 5y all squared. Okay, using the rule, that's going to be 8x plus 5y, 8x minus 5y. So key thing, we're looking for two terms, and we can write it as something squared minus something squared. Always remember to look for the highest common factor. So here are some examples. So here, I notice that I can take out a 2 here. So we take out the 2 right at the beginning. So there's like 2 is divisible by 2 and 32 is divisible by 2. So we take out 2 right from the beginning. We got x squared, that'll be minus 16. Okay, so that's x all squared, and 16 is 4 squared. So we've got this situation here, and we can write 2 bracket x plus 4, x minus 4. And that's factorized. Next one, this one. We can take out, let's see, what can we take out? So 7 and 28, highest common factor there is 7, because both 7 and 28 are in the 7 times tables. And looking at the letters here, I've got c cubed and I've got c. So I can take out the lower of the two powers. So c to the power of 1 I can take out. And then brackets, and then we'll have c squared minus, now 7 times 4 gives 28. I've already got the c out the front, so I need a d squared. So that's 7c, don't lose that 7c, it just hangs out the front. And I'm going to rewrite the inside as a difference of two squares, with c squared minus 2d all squared. And now this is a difference of two squares, so c plus 2d, c minus 2d, with the 7c out the front. And that is that expression factorized. Next one here, we're going to take out a common factor of, I can take out 10. I'll have 1 minus x squared, y squared. Okay, now 1 is 1 squared, and the x squared, y squared I can write as xy all squared. So this is now a difference of two squared, so it's going to be 1 plus the xy and 1 minus the xy. Alright, I want you working on 8D, page 487, questions 1 to 6.